Hello, YouTube users. My name's Daryl, and I posted a video earlier today about the my build for my blue-white Human Angel standard speed deck for standard tournaments, and this is just going to be kind of an example video of what the deck should run like per se. But to show you guys that I didn't rig the deck or anything, I will cut and do that. Okay. Again, the whole point of this deck is speed, so I'm hoping to show you that this deck is actually relatively fast, considering, again, if I get mana screwed, can't really help that. And 7. So, if you watched my video, as you can see, this is actually the perfect hand. This is what I always look for. 2 plains, 1 island. The Azorius Guildgate, not really too worried about. As you can see, everything in my hand right here is 2 cost. So they're not all that expensive. So I can get a lot of them out. So for me, first thing I'd probably end up doing is playing plains. Normally, I would play the Azorius Guildgate, but I'm trying to actually get creatures out quickly, and normally I have a Champion of Perish in my hand. So we'll see how this works. So let's say the other person going against me puts down a land and can't put out any creatures like me. So I draw a card, Elite Inquisitor. Now I have to decide who's worth it in the sense of which one should I play. Out of these 4, they're all 2 costs. So I'm actually going to put out another plains for right now. And first thing I'm going to do is, so I don't get hit this turn, I'm going to put out an Azorius Arrestor and detain that creature. So assuming that they put out their second mana at this point and put out another creature that doesn't have haste or anything like that, the first creature that's out that could have attacked this turn is now detained, so it can't do anything. So it would pass over to me, which I would untap and draw. This is where I put my island out, and I got an arrest, which is always funny. So right now what I will end up doing is tapping these 2, putting out the other Azorius Arrestor to get the other guy who just came out. Seeing how it is my new turn, though, the first creature that I would have arrested, or detained, I should say, will be, by now, no longer detained. So, there you have it. They'll be able to attack me this turn if they decide to, depending on if they're aggressive or not, will be whether or not they're going to actually attack me. So, let's say they're not too aggressive, and they don't have a creature who's going to survive attacking, since I have 2 blockers. And they hold off. So I'd untap my mana and draw, and what do you know, new prop Guildmage. So at this point, it's safe to play this, because I have all the mana I need, so I can play that, which comes into battlefield tapped, gives me a white or a blue, depending on what I want to use it for. And I'm going to use, at this point, the 2 plains to bring out Elite Inquisitor. At this, it's turn 4 by now, so I have 3 creatures out by turn 4, and I'm going to actually start pressing the attack. Now, with the opponent, if he does have creatures he can block, I'll say he blocks one of them, and he lets the other one go 2 for 2, which is 2 damage, so he's at 18. Okay, so his turn, I have my 1 guy with First Strike and Vigilance, and also protection from vampires and from werewolves, which actually doesn't mean much right now. So he can attack me, let's say for his, 2-1 or a 2-2 creature he has left after he sacked 1 to block me. He attacks, I strike, block with my Vigilance guy with First Strike, and nothing happens to me. Again, thus avoiding damage. So my turn comes, I'd untap, and here we go. And what do you know? I got another island, which actually is where the stick is going to start getting nasty. So first thing I would do is tap, these two right here, pay the mana cost for him, bring him out. Second thing I would do, again, another mana, bring him out. And for this turn, since he has no creatures, I'm going to hit him for 4. Okay, so this is actually turn 5 now, since I've played a mana every turn, oddly enough. This is turn 5, so by this time he should have enough mana out to bring out maybe one of his beefier creatures. Let's say he brings out a 5/5. Cool. Can't attack this turn though, and since it has Summoning Sickness, it would go back to me, unless they want to pull some other Boulder Dash, but they probably spent all their mana on a 5/5. As far as I know, I've never seen a 5/5 that costs less than 4 mana. Okay, so untapping everything, and there we go. Next thing I would do is Smite the Monstrous. Beautiful card, considering I just said 5/5. So instead of wasting my Arrest for right now, I'm going to actually waste my Smite the Monstrous, which 4 mana, hit his 5/5, clears the board. Clears the board for me. And I'm going to hit him for that much, 8 damage. So he's going from 16 to 8 by turn 6. This would be turn 6. I'll hit him for 8, which taps everything out. So let's say after I've done that, it's now his turn for him to go. So he goes, brings out another creature due to Summoning Sickness. Again, he could bring out a 5/5 or a 6/6, you know, something beefy, maybe even with flying. So he does that, my turn. You know, Precinct Captain, also a nifty card to have. So what I'm going to do, one of the tactics, I'm going to pull him out, throw him down. Sorry, so you guys can actually see all these cards real quick. This is what I have out. Okay, so for the 2 mana, and then to make sure that he can't really block this next hit, I'm going to do this and the 2 mana that I need for Arrest, and I'm going to Arrest as a creature. Okay, so he can't block, can't do anything activated, nothing. And then I'm going to swing for another 8 and win the game at that point. That's game over. It took 7 turns, which is a little slow for this deck. But that's, in principle, that's how the deck's supposed to work. Notice, for pretty much the entire game, I was running on 3 to 4 mana. That's all you need with this deck, is 3 to 4 mana. As long as you have 2 planes and, you know, an island. And you don't even necessarily even need the island unless you want the new prop Guild Mages out. But except for turn 1, I was pulling out creatures every turn, and I had enough mana to run some of the other things that I have in here, which is nice. But yeah, that's basically how it works. I usually don't let the game last more than 5 turns. This was just a slow start. Usually, like I said before, I have a Champion of the Parish out who just gets crazy after 3 turns of putting creatures out every turn. But as you can see, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as everyone I play against, it's fast, and the Arrest effects from the Azorius Advance return to Ravnica block. Sorry, Ravnica block. It actually ends up helping you out a lot in a human deck. Means your little weenies can get past and hit people without getting slaughtered by the big creatures. And again, I don't really sideboard much. If you watched my other video, you would see my sideboard. I don't usually put any cards from here unless I need to replace the Planeswalkers I have in my deck, because he's no longer standard. But it's pretty straightforward. Hope you guys enjoy. Like I said in my other video, sometime this week I will be playing against somebody, and I will record the game so you guys can actually see it work in real life, rather than me just saying, well, this is what he does, this is what, you know, I do in response. It will basically show you guys exactly how the deck works against another deck of either equal speed or a control or mill deck. So hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions or any questions. Thank you guys, and you guys have a wonderful day.